Rising up isn't a moment, it's a mindset.
So this track has witnessed one of the best moments in the Formula season's history, where Max Verstappen overtaking Lewis Hamilton. So that overtake was very famous, and it's literally one of the craziest things you can ever see in Formula One.
It's normally down in the turn 5. It's Verstappen firing up back. He's going to make the lunge down the inside. Hamilton sees it coming. It's a late lunge by Verstappen, who takes the lead of the race. Verstappen now snatches the championship trophy from Lewis Hamilton, who's trying to fight back.
Have you ever noticed how every time there's F1 race in Abu Dhabi, your social platform turns into who's who of a global celebrity that is? We're talking about Brad Pitt, Jason Statham, Steve Harvey, and the list goes on and on. Tick, 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 and tick. Here's the real question now. If Abu Dhabi keeps on getting the same level of exposure over the next 10 years, what might be the effects on the real estate market in Abu Dhabi? Now, in this video, I'll be breaking down 3 things. How Abu Dhabi is getting this exposure from the F1 season and the celebrity tourism, how that exposure flows into the tourism development and the real estate market, and what realistically gonna happen over the next decade if this continues to happen to Abu Dhabi real estate market. Stay tuned so you can learn everything about it. So we're now at the Marina circuit, and we'll start this video with some facts about CS Marina circuit Abu Dhabi. One of the fastest laps that were completed in 1 minute and 26.993 seconds was achieved by Max Verstappen, while the driver that holds the most winnings is Lewis Hamilton for 5 wins, and the team that achieved the most winning in total was Red Bull in 7 winnings. Now, you might ask why Abu Dhabi got this exposure of F1 in 2023 and 2024 only. Did it start at that time? Quick answer, no. Abu Dhabi hosted this event every single year since 2009, but the exposure was boomed in 2023 and 2024 for 3 main reasons. 1, F1 as a sport exploded in popularity in the last 3-4 years. So now the fan base of the F1 sport is huge. Second reason, Abu Dhabi upgraded their events and facilities and the concert in general. So it attracted a lot and way more people to this capital city of the Emirates. Now the third reason is that actually Hollywood came to Abu Dhabi. For instance, Brad Pitt movie for the Formula One that was recorded here in Abu Dhabi in Yas Marina circuit. So it's not that F1 started in 2023 in Abu Dhabi, no. It's that the global spotlight suddenly became a lot brighter in Abu Dhabi. So why the exposure in Abu Dhabi? F1 in Abu Dhabi is not just a race, it's the season finale. So championship is won on this event. So Abu Dhabi is attracting a lot of heat from global. So we're talking in 2023 about 192,000 attendees came to Abu Dhabi to witness this, and the number grew in 2024. Now, the revenue generated only from the spending in 2023 by these attendees were about 1.16 billion dirhams. And this number grew to 1.25 billion dirhams in 2024. So how the exposure now flows perfectly in the development of tourism in Abu Dhabi. Now, let's not forget that the celebrity are doing a free media exposure for Abu Dhabi, because when a celebrity goes to his phone and take a story of Abu Dhabi, Louvre, F1 season and so on, this is a free exposure for Abu Dhabi around the globe. Now, Abu Dhabi is smart enough to use all this exposure to their advantage, and it's obvious from all the infrastructure in this country. So no one is doubting that. So what they are doing is they actually building momentum. So as we speak, the infrastructure in Abu Dhabi is being rapidly developed along the way. So now we have Louvre, we have Guggenheim Museum, we have National History Museum, Sheikh Zayed Museum. So they are developing so much development for tourism. F1 season, remember, F1 season, all the tourism to attract all these tourism attraction, and Las Vegas Sphere that will be happening in Abu Dhabi. So Abu Dhabi Sphere. And we're talking about the Etihad Railway that will be happening within the next few years, and the AI campus of Abu Dhabi. Lastly, Disneyland in Yas Island. So connect all these dots. I don't know how you cannot see that there's a button of all these things connected. Smart people will actually see all of this, and I'm here doing you a favor, telling you that all of this is happening here in Abu Dhabi. So it's up to you to seize these opportunities, because it's so obvious and predictable as what's gonna be happening in the next 5 and 10 years in Abu Dhabi. So we're now at Yas Marina circuit. This circuit is the finale. So Abu Dhabi Grand Prix finale of Formula One season. So whole year effort by the Formula One driver, it's translated on this track to championship and being #1 champion. So after now understanding the clear button in the infrastructure of tourism, we can see that UAE in general are paying a lot of money to build a solid infrastructure when it comes to tourism. And we can also talk about Dubai and Ras Al Khaimah, Iraq, for example, Wayne Casino, and a lot of examples. But now after we finish with the button, let's talk about the future of Abu Dhabi over the next 5 and 10 years. And what I always like, in order to understand and predict the future in a reasonable way, you need to have a look and study the past and the current days. So in order to understand the history, we need to have a look at the small details about what happened in the last 5 and 10 years. And something really amazing, if you look at around the world, the inflation increased everything, not only real estate. So everything was increasing gradually with inflation. But if this is the case here in Abu Dhabi, I wouldn't be making this video, right? Which is ironic. Anyway, so now have a look at the prices of the real estate in the last 10 years and 5 years. The prices are going up, right? But if we're looking at the increasement percentage in the last 2 years is way more than the previous 8 years combined, which is crazy. But again, why this is happening? I told you, Abu Dhabi nowadays is getting exposure globally from everything. You can see it around you. Lifestyle is the best. Safety-wise, it's the best. Leisure, tourism, infrastructure, schools. Put all these together, Abu Dhabi is going places to achieve things that other countries, not cities, are trying to achieve. So if Abu Dhabi continues to get the same level of exposure over the next decade, it's reasonably to predict that the prices of real estate in Abu Dhabi will double and triple. Please make sure you reach out if any information is needed. See you soon.